Hi there, very good day to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. Uh, Today's class is about the evaluation of your progress when you implement a change plan in your organization, and you have to evaluate that against SMART objectives. So, when you have a change in your mind, you will have an implementation plan. So you will do things one after the other. You do one thing first, and you do the other one after. Then you do the third one after that, and you may head to the next one, fourth, fifth, and so on. You will have an order. You'll be doing it one by one. For example, like a usual example, if you want to install an IT system, if you want to install an LMS system, you have a plan. So you have to uh, go in that order. So what you do, you may bring in infrastructure first. That's the first part of your plan. Install everything using the IT experts, so that you may hire IT experts, or you may hire a company to do that for you. That may be the first thing. After that, you study about the staff, all of your staffs, your lecturers, your admin staff, your students. You study all of them about all of the IT skills. If you think that they don't have enough IT skills to implement this plan, before you introduce the LMS to them, you may install everything, that's fine. But before you introduce this LMS to these parties, you may bring them for a lab and give them some training to do work on computer on the phone. So you may teach them how to download things. You may teach them how to use keyboards. You may teach them how to do whatever that is relevant to you. So this is the first thing you do. After that, you may pick people to teach them the LMS. Then again, you don't take everyone to do the work, because the admin staff have certain work to do from their end, from through their logins, and the teaching staff, academic staff have different login for them. They have different activities to do on that. They don't do certain things. For example, I'm a lecturer. I don't create courses. I only upload documents to the students to learn things from. And the admin staff, they create courses, and they say BBA, Education Management, batch number 25. They create that batch, and they enroll students to that one. That's their duty. So I don't need to learn how to enroll students there. That is the duty of the admin department. So I don't change everyone at once. What I do, I change admin staff first, maybe, or otherwise I change the academic staff first, and then the admin staff. And after that, I may bring the students to teach them how to do this in the induction program after this. So that way, so I have an idea, I have a plan. This is what the implementation plan is about. The order of your action that you take to introduce your new change, so that you can easily get people to get your change adapted. So implementation. Now, when you are implementing it, as we told in previous sessions, you always have to measure. You always have to track. You always have to evaluate what is happening, because change is an expensive practice. It takes lots of money, lots of time. It will make lots of damages to your usual operation, because you are working at a speed. If some change comes in, you will slow down definitely. It will make lots of damages to your productivity. You will drop with your productivity. So it's lost. So we should carefully implement changes. And when changes are happening, we should definitely evaluate if the changes happen. Otherwise, it will be waste of everything what we invest. So we have to evaluate. We have to monitor. Okay. So when you're monitoring, we learned about KPIs in previous sessions. You can set KPIs and see if things are happening. The KPI will indicate if your intended implementation or execution is happening. That's fine. Now this time, in this final question of assignment, it talks about the evaluation against SMART objectives. So let's see what SMART objectives is about initially, first using some examples. Then we'll try to use that SMART objectives to evaluate your change implementation plan later. So let's have a look at this. So what is SMART objective? Uh, SMART objective is the SMART, SMART. It is the acronym of specific, achievable, in fact, measurable, number two. Number three, achievable. Number four, realistic. Number five, timely, time specific. Okay. So what is the meaning of specific and what is the meaning of measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely? Let's have a look at all of those using some examples. Okay, I think my screen is locked. Let me sort it out. Right, welcome back. I'm sorry about this technical issue. Right, let's come back. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Now, this is connected to always goals in life, in your business. Your change management, changing your people, changing your organization, changing departments, changing lecturers, changing students, changing admin staff. This is your goal. Okay. Now, when you say, I have changed my staff, there is no specific definition of who those staffs are. There's nothing to measure what you want to change. There is no information if you can achieve that goal. And sometimes it is not realistic to you either. And there is no time specification. How long will you take to achieve that? That's why when you set a goal, you always look into the smart objectives. Let's see one by one. For example, when I say specific, okay, you have to give a specific definition of what you want to do. Okay, so your goal should be clear and specific. For example, might increase my website traffic from social media by 25%. Okay, look at that website traffic, very specific. Okay, from social media by 25%. When you say 25%, it is measurable. 25% means measurable. Let's say if it is 50 now, if it is 100 now, if it is 100 now, you won't increase by 25%. So 100, I'm sorry, mathematics. 25, so that is going to be 25. So if you put 125, that's the answer, 125. You will be having 125 people visiting a website. That is specific, okay? And that is measurable as well. You can measure it specifically. You are defining what it is, and we can measure it as well. Okay, so we have learned both of them, specific and measurable. If you're talking about a change, you have to say specifically my teaching staff, okay, my academic staff from the faculty of management, from the faculty of education, from the faculty of engineering. So specifically say teaching staff. When you say teaching staff, you can make it even more specific. You can say senior lecturers, or, or junior lecturers, grade one lecturers, or professors. whoever, you can specifically say these people, I want to get them learn this new LMS system. Okay, so that is specific. When I mean specific, you have to specifically say, this is what I want to do. You never say, I want to get a degree. If you say, I want to get a degree, what degree are you talking about? Is it science degree? Is it maths degree? Is it a medical degree? Is it a psychology degree? You don't know. So you have to specifically say, within next year, I want to have my MA education master's degree. So specifically, you have a definition what you want to achieve. So in your change as well, you have to say what you want to achieve specifically in every single stage of your implementation plan. Then you will have a you can evaluate. This is my goal. This is specifically clear. Have I achieved it when I implement my plan? That is why you always make it measurable. When I say measurable, as I explained before, when you say I want to study something, okay, and if you say, I want to study a degree is specific maybe, but if you say as a degree, okay, it cannot be measured because what degree you are talking about. Okay, so you have to say clearly masters in education. Then we know what is specifically mean, and that degree is measurable. When you mean measurable, we can measure how many assignments do you have, how long do you want to study, based on that, we can say, okay, 6 assignments, you have done all 6 assignments, you have passed all of those assignments, and you have got your certificate. So we can measure you have done your degree. So a degree certificate is the measurement that can be measured. If you say, I want to study something, I want to study a degree, you don't know what you're going to study because you don't have the specification, and we don't know how to measure it. If you say, I want to study, how to measure it? Because you're studying uh, some subject here, you're studying some other different module there, you're reading some other documents here, you're googling some other different things in here, you're writing some other assignments also, and how to measure is difficult to measure. So you have to have measurements, assignments, one by one. If I write 4,500 words for my first assignment, I can measure, yes, my first objective to complete my education management, education change management. I have done the assignment, I have written 4,500 words, I have submitted the assignment, so it is measurable. Okay, so you are specifically saying this assignment, this course, or this degree, and this is assignment, this is certificate, these are the number of subjects I want. So it's measurable. So when you set your goals for your change as well, you have to set something measurable. That is why when you want to change your lecturers, you can say lecturers, senior lecturers for Department of Education or Faculty of Education. Those are the lecturers, and I want to change them. When you mean change, you have to specifically say what change. There may be so many other changes happening as well. So you have to say LMS introduction, train them how to submit assignment uh, briefs or how to upload teaching materials to the LMS. That may be your specific change. And if you want to measure it, how many assignments do you want to upload? You give them 5 assignments to upload. If they upload all 5, yes, we have done the change. If they can upload 5, 6 assignments within 10 minutes time, we can say, yes, it is measurable. They have done that themselves. I have given the training. I asked them to do these changes. I asked them to follow these changes. They followed, and they have showed us that they can upload assignments, and they have done 10 document uploadings. So measurable. So something like this, measurable. You have to measure. You have to have a measuring tool. And achievable. When you mean achievable, we call it. It should be realistic. Now, can you say I want to finish my master's degree within 6 months' time? That is not achievable. You can finish your postgraduate diploma in 6 months' time, and you have to do your dissertation after that. It takes another 6 months' time. So 1 year is feasible. It is possible. It is achievable. 3 months, 6 months, it is not possible. Okay. And if you want to finish a degree, it takes about 3 years time. You cannot say I'll finish my degree within 1 year or 1 year. No. You cannot say I want to finish my medical degree in 2 years time. It's impossible at all. So it's not achievable. So when you set a goal, you have to set your goal realistic. It is achievable. If you say increase my revenue by 10% next quarter, yes. If you say increase my revenue by 100% next quarter. It's difficult. You have your company, you have, let's say, 100 students studying in your university. And if you say, for the next intake, in the next intake, I have to increase the number of students by 10%. It is realistic. You have 100 students now. You need to increase the number of students in the next intake by 10%, meaning 110 students. That is realistic. But if you say, I have 100 students now, and I want to make 200 students for the next intake, that is not achievable. That is not realistic. So your goals has to be realistic, achievable, and relevant as well. When you mean relevancy, this example, let's say, if you take a student with the mathematics background, okay, she is or he is from maths, he did physics, chemistry, and combined maths. So these topics. If you study these, it is relevant for you to get an engineering degree. It is possible. It is relevant to you because you have studied the first portion or first step of an engineer, mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Then you can study your degree from a university. So you can set a goal. I want to finish an engineering degree in civil engineering within next 4 years. It is smart for you. Why? Because you have already done the mathematics and you're talking about an engineering degree in civil engineering, so that is specific. And you're saying it is a degree, so it's measurable. At the end of the course, we can see if you have completed all the modules in order to get your certificate client. So that is measurable, and that is realistic as well. You're talking about 4 years, okay, and that is in your same own field because engineering, mathematics, physics. So it is realistic. It is realistic or it is achievable, and it is relevant as well for you because mathematics, then you can study some more mathematics, mechanics, calculations, quantification, and so on. So you're going to be an engineer. That is smart for you. But if you say, I have done my mathematics, I have three A passes in physics, chemistry, and combined maths, and I'm going to be a doctor. This is not realistic to you. This is not relevant to you. This is not smart for you. The reason is because you did not touch any biology. You don't know about plants. You don't know about human body. You don't know anything about botany or zoology. So you don't have an idea. So it's maybe difficult. It's not smart for you at the moment. But if you say, I'm going to take biology exams next year. So for 1 year, I learn biology. I do my exams. I get the results. Then after that, I enter into medical faculty and finish my medical degree within 5 years. So that is smart for you if you go in this route. So after mathematics, if you say, I will study biology, then the medical faculty, it is smart. But if you say after mathematics, I'm going to study engineering, that is not smart for you. Okay, so it has to be relevant. And finally, the time bunch. When you say, I want to finish a degree, okay, so that is specific. A degree, when you say engineering degree, okay, engineering uh, degree, that is time specific, that is specific, okay, and that is measurable as well. A degree you can measure. If you complete your course, you get a certificate. The certificate is the measuring measurement, is a measuring tape that'll give you, okay. And after that, the achievable, yes, it is achievable. If you say, yes, I'll be achieving this because you have already done the mathematics and so on. But always you have to say, I have to complete my degree within next 3 years if it is an engineering degree. If it is a medical degree, within next 5 years. Okay, you have to definitely say time. If you don't have time, if you say I want to finish my degree when you retire, if you do a degree before your marriage, if you do a degree after your marriage, it has different rates. Okay, if you do your degree at your early 20s, it has a rate. If you do your degree at your late or early 30s, it is different rated. Okay, so time is very important. If you say I want to finish a degree, it is not smart. If you say I want to finish my degree within or before 2026, it is smart. Okay, so I want to finish an engineering degree. Okay, I have studied my mathematics already. An engineering degree within next 3 years, within 2028. If you say it is smart. So when you set your objectives, okay, smart objectives, you have to write all of it. Specific, you have to be specific about what you want to achieve, and you have to be specific about the measurement of how you can measure, and you have to have some specific idea about how to achieve it. Okay, is it achievable within that time? And be realistic. Okay, and you have to time specific as well. Right, these are the smart objectives. There are so many videos on this, you can listen to them, and you can get better idea from different lecturers than or more than what I have told you now. Now let me come to the question. The question is this: evaluate the progress of a change implementation plan against smart objectives in your institution. So initially, you need to know what your plan is, what your change is about, and you will have a plan, and you will have an implementation plan as well. So what is the change? Your plan, how you're going to change everyone one by one, and the implementation, the action plan, in order, which one you do first, which one you do after, which one you do finally. You have an order. Okay, that is your action plan. Right now, whatever the action you take, you have to have some smart objectives against it. Okay, so let's say installing your software to every computer, or to the cloud first, and then you may be installing the apps for each computer, or maybe for these mobile phones. Okay, this may be the first thing that you do in your implementation plan. So you have to have a smart objective here: installing the software on the clouds or in the clouds. Okay, within next 2 days. Right, so we are talking about the software, the learning management system, LMS software, in the clouds within next 2 days. So you are specific. Is it possible to upload this within next 2 days? Realistic. Are you specifically talking about what software you're going to install? Yes. LMS. Okay. So LMS specific, right? Is it measurable? Yes. At the end of the second day, if you can see the software installed in the LMS system, in the cloud system, yes, we can say yes, we can measure. Yes. Is it achievable within 2 days? Yes. Is it realistic? Of course, yes, because you're hiring some experts. They have already installed these kind of LMSs for many universities. The same guy is going to make it, so it's realistic, and you're going to make it within 2 days' time. So it is smart. If you say LMS management system, Moodle, or Canva, we're going to install this in 2 days' time in Bluehost cloud system. Okay, so you have very clearly made mention of what is it. Right now, you can evaluate this if this goal is achieved. That is your objective, as a smart objective. Then after 2 days, you check whether this is happening or not. Now, currently, I'm experiencing something. We're opening the second branch of campus with some partnership in some other city. So they meant to bring in 15 computers to the computer lab and fix them with the UPS internet connections and everything. Okay, so the objective is this 15 computers. Okay, so it is specific to the lab. Okay, 15 computers in the lab, specific, measurable, 15 computers, measurable. Is it achievable? Yes. Financially viable. You have the money. You have already paid the money. Also financially viable, achievable. And is it realistic? Within 3 days' time, you install all 15 computers, fixing the cables, wires, internet, and everything. Within 3 days, is it realistic? Do you have enough people with the IT knowledge to do this? The company you purchase things from, have they done all these kind of laboratory installation works for other institutions? Yes, so it is realistic. Within 3 days, yes. Okay, after 3 days, if you go there, or maybe after 1.5 days, after 2 days, you go there and check. 15 computers, 3 days means if you go after 2 days, they should have fixed at least 10 computers. Okay, otherwise they should have done two-thirds of the work done by the end of the second day. If you can check it, yes, it is working. The implementation is working in line with the smart objectives. Okay. And after that third day, at the end of the third day, if you go there and ask them, okay, can you own all the computers? You work on some of the computers randomly and check if it is working, check if it is getting the power supply, check if it is working with the internet, and so on. All these are done. And you can say, yes, my objective is achieved. So your evaluation says yes. But if you go after 3 days and check there is no internet in few computers, some of them are working, not all of them are working, and so on. So then you can say the work is not done. The objective was smart, but the change didn't happen that way. So in your change plan, you will have portion by portion, small little things to be done one by one in an appropriate order, in a logical order. So that happens. You have to have smart objective for each work that you do, and you evaluate that. In your assignment, if you have 25 works, you don't need to write all of those, but bring some of those and write it down. Right? Bring the key things, key changes that you want to do, the smart objectives, specifically say what you want to achieve, what is the measuring thing, what is achievable, is it if it is realistic and timely. Then after that, you evaluate. You cannot evaluate this when you answer the question, but you do. You can give an idea that this is how I'm going to evaluate. That's a question anyway. Evaluates. Okay. You can't evaluate since you're not doing the change. You have to only say how you're going to evaluate. You can give us an idea. This is how I'm going to evaluate. As I told you, 15 companies installation. Okay, this is a smart objective, and I'm going to evaluate this after each day. First day, I'll go and check what happens. Second day, third day. And if they have done one third of the work at the end of the first day, it is yes. Second day, two-thirds of the work. Third day, the whole work. If it is yes, then yes. If they are behind the schedule, then we can say no, things are not happening. Okay, right. So that is it about, I think. So in your answers, in your questions, you can bring smart objectives for each activity, each action plan that you take, and you have to give an idea about how you will evaluate that against your smart objectives if things are happening. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for joining us, and I see you later. Have a good one. Thank you.